Look at this handsome indie rock band.
Oh, are we jumping right into it already?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
it's summer, baby.
Okay. Let's just talk about this fucking stupid, horrible band that some are accusing them of being an AI-generated band completely, and they are, I suppose, claiming that they are not AI. So we're going to go through this whole sordid tale together and figure out what's real.
But the photo of them isn't even a photo of them.
What is it?
That's AI.
Perhaps they're going to argue that, okay, maybe the photo's AI, but the music, I don't know. Let's see. Let's get into this.
They're clearly AI, and to say that they're not is insane.
An indie rock band called the Velvet Sundown is marketing its music with AI-generated pictures of members. Right. I mean, it's like this picture is obviously AI-generated, right?
Yeah. That don't appear to exist is now claiming that we never use AI.
And then they say, absolutely crazy that so-called journalists keep pushing this lazy, baseless theory that the Velvet Sundown is AI-generated with zero evidence. That's very weird to say. There isn't zero evidence.
It's literally an AI.
It's actually non-zero.
It's an AI-generated response using the way that people talk on the internet.
Right. Also, if you're not AI, prove it by posting a video of you guys. Hi, I'm Derek. Hi, I'm Gregor. Hi, I'm Gord.
Not a single one of these writers has reached out, visited a show, or listened beyond the Spotify algorithm. Visited a show? That's a weird turn of phrase.
Visited.
Who visits a show?
No one visits a show.
I don't you go to a show.
That's like a couple days ago when Trump described AOC having a
bad IQ. I'm like,
pretty sure it's a low IQ. Or a bad IQ score, I guess would be the second choice.
Even just hearing that as a sentence grinds my fucking gears.
Is Trump AI generated?
No, because if he was, he would have better speeches. He misspeaks a lot because he's like senile, hateful. Here's the thing though, is like Trump is educated, right? He had all the money to go to the schools, but he clearly didn't do any of the work.
He actually hates.
He has a visceral response to doing schoolwork.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Him and almost everybody else. Nobody likes doing homework.
Back to this fake band. So the Velvet Sundown, which is currently racking up, actually the number's closer now to 900,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. Right, and the single is called "Dust in the Wind." I mean, come on. Isn't the Kansas song called "Dust on the Wind"? Right?
Yeah. This is the result of AI stealing all of everybody's intellectual property without our consent. This is what we're reaping. And the fact that the band is trying to deny it is literally just like fodder, right? So to drum up publicity.
Yeah. So the Kansas song is "Dust in the Wind." Their song is "Dust on the Wind."
Yeah. It's so easy. If they weren't AI, then they would come out and say they aren't AI. They would have any human interaction.
They would make a video. They go live stream.
It's rage bait. Once again, rage bait is the currency
of now.
Yeah,
that's right.
And so the reason why they have so many followers is because maybe they're getting added to a playlist, right? Somebody hears it, they go, "Oh, I have no fucking personality or taste of my own. Sick, I'll add it to my fucking thing. I found a cool new band."
May I ask a question? Is there any way you could add that band to your playlist and not be an idiot? Totally legit, like, I'm not being facetious in any way. That's like an earnest question.
I don't think it's being an idiot. It's a matter of taste. You don't have enough fucking discernment. It doesn't make you an idiot per se. And emotionally, artistically, but not because here's the thing.
Right. Okay.
It's like saying like, are you a miscreant because you could fuck a sex doll?
There's gonna be a lot more fucking sex dolls
happening
in the next very, very soon.
It's the same reason why people like using the self-checkout. It's the same reason why people would rather do an automated pay your bill online versus like call.
Because it's easier and there's less
interaction.
Less interaction, but less barrier.
Yeah.
Right? Less resistance, if you will, to getting the job done.
Yeah. And you're not having to experience any real interaction with a human that may be friction, right?
Friction, that was the word I was,
because
friction,
you, once again, you don't know the words to put into your Google search to get the right answer. I am also finding that when it comes to interactions.
I was just going to say that, yeah, exactly.
When even on the other side, when I'm like
dealing interpersonally, knowing how to,
people do no longer know how to word what they want out of like a conversation, right? And it sometimes it goes on the other end too, because the person is using a script, and I'm like, I wish there was a way to be like, okay, opt out of explaining everything to me in a very slow, very spaced out tone. You're at work, But I'm like, actually, let me tell you exactly what I need done and how we can get it done more efficiently. Instead of being like, would you like option A? This is this and this. Option B. And I already know C. We let's skip to C.
Yeah.
We are stripping the context away from this music.
That was a good segue back to the article.
Yeah, we're stripping the context away because what is this? It's taking every other band that we've heard and loved and stripping them of the context and the time period and the meaning behind the lyrics and rehashing it.
So according to this article and this particular journalist, they say, in our investigation we found no evidence that any of its purported members actually exist. The band's Instagram page is chock full of images that are clearly AI generated. Yeah, saying they never use AI is misleading at best. That's right.
Yeah.
As Stereogun points out, there's a highly suspicious they are deploying highly suspicious sentence structure in their bio that hits at possible use of an AI text generator. No kidding. Velvet Sundown aren't trying to revive the past, the blurb reads. They're rewriting it. They sound like the memory of a time that never actually happened, but somehow they make it feel real. No, they don't.
No, you don't.
The Velvet Sundown, a name that appears to be a lazy portmanteau. How do you say that?
Portmanteau?
Portmanteau?
Portmanteau. I think I've heard that phrase before.
I know what it means. I
Yeah.
just don't know how to pronounce it. Portmanteau? Toe?
I'm like, I want to know how to say it right.
Yes.
And everybody on the show needs we're
Yeah.
all gonna, you know what? This is the only time that AI is helpful, right?
Yeah, do it.
That way we can actually learn something. How are we supposed to pronounce this word?
Portmanteau? Portmanteau.
Portmanteau.
All right. So they're saying, this journalist is saying that the Velvet Sundown is a lazy portmanteau of the legendary psych rock band The Velvet Underground and Montreal indie outfit Sunset Rubdown. What about Velvet Revolver?
Also that. Also for the
Which
definition.
is another lazy ripoff of Velvet Underground and the album Revolver.
Yeah,
Right?
it is.
I'm not sure about Sunset Rubdown is a little bit of a stretch.
I get it though because it's like a
Down is the only word in common.
in the sun.
Oh, and sun, you're right. Okay.
Yeah,
Fair
yeah.
enough.
A portmanteau, a word blending the sounds and combining the meanings of the two others. For example, motel from motor and hotel, brunch from breakfast and lunch.
This is not a joke. This is our music written in long, sweaty nights in a cramped bungalow in California with real instruments, real minds, and real soul. Every chord, every lyric, every mistake, human. The tweet reads. Okay, then show your faces and speak to a camera. Wouldn't that put all this to rest?
This is AI trolling. This is AI. AI is trolling us.
Just because we don't do TikTok dances or live stream or process doesn't mean we're fake. The fact that some blog editors would rather pretend we're a bunch of machines that emit an unknown band is out here grinding, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Chop, chop, chop. Okay, let's move on to the fact that it might be the lowest rated album on Rate Your Music, or like top.
Wow.
It's definitely in the top 100 of all time. Most poorly
Because it's just not real.
rated albums of all time.
I like that somebody still rated it though. I like that. How many ratings do we have here?
I'm going to show you.
I see 7 reviews.
This is a positive, 5 stars. And they said pretty original, which feels like an AI generated review.
Yeah.
I love why.
Why? Me.
God, who'd want to be such an asshole? It's a good one. I don't know what this means in Vietnamese, but it's probably mean considering it got a half star.
Hell yeah. Oh my God. I'm like, let's translate it.
Oh shit. There it is. You want me to translate it?
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know the Vietnamese comment. I know you're doing a lot right now.
Cracked head.
Cracked head. I like that.
That's good. Let's listen to some of this.
Let's give the AI gods more fuel.
Should we start with the head?
Let it burn. I mean, we're at let it burn. Let's just let it burn rip, right?
Wait, why isn't
What?
Dust on the Wind there? Let's start with Dust on the Wind. Human or not, I freaking hate this.
That's a very good point that nobody has brought up.
I don't
Human
like this.
or AI, it's still giving Joshua Tree, Etsy Witch, bootleg, like I have fucking crystals up my ass vibes and like shitty ass fucking fringe.
So this is like a Creedence Clearwater Revival war song, right?
Yeah. It's not the part that makes it frustrating, right? Is it's almost there, right? Like it's got this it's got all the flavor, all of the like shape, but it's once again it's AI has stripped the music of its soul and its context.
This is so evil. It's hilarious. My wife used to love this song. We just used to listen to it while driving on the highway. She passed in 1998. She was a toaster, and I'm a calculator.
Hot.
This came straight from the heart. This CPU, that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's definitely very, very clearly AI. But what is that song? Here's the part. That song is technically as good or better than that stupid ass song. I drink my whiskey neat. Like, and that's a real fucking person, and that's a real artist. So I think this AI.
That's the post Gnarls Barkley joint.
Yeah.
The fucking alt nation shit.
And this just sounds like this actually does sound. Oh, portmanteau. This actually sounds better than that. So I understand.
In which direction?
Because it's AI that's just doing a copycat. It's not trying to sound like modern alt nation stuff. So it actually because it's just copying. It is better than what is actually being produced currently. In that mainstream sense, right?
May I point out that the artwork and the font chosen looks exactly like a Tame Impala album cover.
Oh,
exactly like a fucking Tame Impala.
But here's the thing, because they're copying, at first glance, looks pretty sick.
It does look sick at first glance.
At first glance. And I think that's why AI is winning, right? And that's why people are way more down to fuck a sex doll that you could program than talk to a girl. Because talking to a girl is going to be weird. She's going to have like a pimple. Maybe she has bad breath. Maybe she's not going to... It's going to friction.
More friction.
Whereas this is close enough, right? This is close enough to having sex with a real woman.
Right.
And if you squint your eyes and at first glance... The album cover looks right. It sounds right.
They have a song called Mirrors in the Smoke.
This is what fucking your AI girlfriend's going to feel like.
Seriously.
She's going to be like, hey, Shmoo, how was visiting the concert you went to last night with your friend's band? Was it a crazy, fun, lit night? And you're like...
Yeah, but eventually it's going to get
good.
It'll get so good. It'll be
good.
better than us very soon.
It's true.
Right? It's only because it's 2025 that it feels non-human, non-organic.
And it's going to get there pretty quickly.
It's going to get there really quickly.
And it's going to get scary because we're losing our ability to tell. We're losing our grip on being able to discern what's
real versus generated.
Because we're disconnected from ourselves. We're no longer we're stripping the context and the soul. We're not connected to soul anymore. We're not connected to spirit. We're not living in alignment with any part of nature.
Yeah.
We don't have connection to ourselves, right? We're able to watch horrific things happen on a large scale.
Yeah.
And all we can do is have sugar and fucking goon. So we are being sedated and stripped of our context as well.
True.
Not just our art. And it makes sense. It allows also the most like horrible, debaseless parts of ourself to be unearthed, which is also very addictive because that makes people feel like seen or like comfortable in a way that they haven't been able to.
Okay, check out this guy, this YouTuber, Greg Caucus. Is that how you say Kokocis? Is that Caucus? You're going with Cox?
Cox.
That's what you think it is?
Spell it one more time.
Kocis. CIS.
Oh, there's the I in there.
Caucus.
Caucus.
No? Is that caucus?
That's caucus. I like Cox. I mean, honestly, that would be so sick if you were like, "Hi, I'm Mr. Cox."
Well,
the 12-year-old in me thinks it's cool.
Let's hear what Greg Cox has to say.
All right.
By the way, the title of this video is "Proof the Velvet Sundown is 100% real. AI scam? Nope."
How you doing today? Today we're taking a look at the Velvet Sundown band official Twitter/X, whatever you call it, account. If it's even them, who knows? Because this is a very mysterious band. So yesterday I posted a video on YouTube and on X, and they actually retweeted my video on X saying, "We definitely exist, y'all, and we don't use AI."
So what, they compromised this guy because they responded to him? He's like, "Yeah, good enough, they're real."
He's like, "Well, here's the thing. They did contact me, and then they made fun of me, so I think they're real guys.
Well,
This man looks too
obviously
real.
their
This
photos
man has
are
never
all
had
AI.
Botox in his life. He's
So
not
let's
here
take
to
a look
sell me
at their
something.
Right.
Profile. Now, the one thing that was weird is that my Twitter X, whatever you want to call it, video got 6,540 views, which is higher than normal for my Twitter account here because I don't get that many views in my videos on this account, but I post them anyways. And they only have 98 followers, so I'm like, where are all these views coming from on my video? Which I thought was strange. They're
What? They only have 98 followers?
only link to anything here is to their Spotify account. They don't have a website that I'm aware of. They joined in March 2025, so they've been planning this for a while.
Okay, how did this nobody band, who were apparently just formed and just released music, how the hell did they get to almost 1 million monthly from nothing? It has to be AI generated at that point. There's no other explanation.
I think
Unless
Right?
I think this is an
it's
experiment.
not even a real account. Maybe someone just had a Twitter.
It's an AI band with AI generated fans and listeners.
Oh, so the whole
The
thing's
whole
a,
thing.
The whole thing's a psyops.
You make an AI generated band, and if you make them look like they're popular and their notoriety and fame is gaining, will other humans follow suit and like it now too? Or will they reject it because we are still not comfortable with AI being a part of our lives like that?
Right.
It's a
test.
The Gorillas worked, right? Because that's a real person making the music, right? But that concept did work, right? Gorillas were huge. They had a very prolific time area where everybody was into the Gorillas. They did
They're
commercials.
still huge.
They're still technically huge. They walk so this can run. This is a test to see if they build up a band and they say, well, look how many people already like them. Yeah, they're AI generated, but they have like 1.5 monthly listeners. The songs are pretty good.
I'm also starting to realize that they have 2 albums worth of material that they just put out at the same time. Is that what's going? Yeah, that's what it looks like. They put out 2 albums in June of 5, 2025. When I'm to gather here.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks like they released both albums. That's why I couldn't find On the Wind, Dust in the Wind, whatever the fuck it's called. And then they're about to put out a 3rd album this year, next month. Or no, this month, in a week. They're about to put out a third album.
Wow.
Yeah, it's definitely AI.
It's definitely AI, and they just want to see if they can get us to all sign up. And here's the thing, all of the YouTube videos, even us covering it, right, and going, it's terrible. It's part where we are participating
We're
in
feeding all the algorithms.
we are participating in the experiment, and they're going, okay, they're listening, they're saying, it's been stripped of context. Okay, what do we need to do to make the AI more lifelike,
Right.
and more real? This is the first time we're seeing this, but this is not the last time we will be seeing
Also, they're
this.
reusing the same words over and over again for their track titles. As the Silence Falls.
Is there wind?
Yeah, Dust and Silence, right?
Yeah.
As the Silence Falls. Ash and Velvet, like it's all the same kinds of
Smoke, ash,
exactly. Wind.
wind.
They don't have a water song yet. It's coming.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to this Greg Caucus guy.
account. They changed it to this. I don't know. They don't have the blue check mark, so who knows? So they keep posting all this stuff that they're not AI and that they're real, and they keep posting all the publicity they get from different accounts. Jam of the Day, that's one of their YouTube songs. Not
Echoes
AI, but
Through
thanks
the
for
Pines.
Playing. And I was thinking, wouldn't it just be strange if, say, you were a real artist and then you faked everyone out into believing that you're an A artist and you get all this free publicity, and then you wait a month or so, and then you just come out and say, "Hey, we are real," and then you have the real photos and the real band. I don't think that's the case here, but it was
Yeah.
a pretty crazy marketing idea if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because people they're just getting written up in all these different magazines, or not magazines, but online websites. Yeah. To be honest, I've only listened to like one of their songs. The music is like
We're
kind of-
old timey.
Online websites? Is that what you're laughing at?
No, but it's just language is changing and the way the world is changing. We still say things like his first instinct is to say to get that you got written up in a magazine, right?
Yeah.
But nobody bought. We don't do magazines anymore. Which is it's an old timey turn of phrase now.
Yeah, totally.
Cute.
Yeah.
just
It's like renting a
afterthought of this
video,
whole
the video
experiment,
rental
whatever's
spot.
going
People are
on
like,
here, whatever
okay,
they're doing.
grandpa.
And they could be one person, it could be a company. We don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So it's just strange you know, I did see something that says coming soon that they're going to post. Next time, say hello first. They were criticizing journalists. They said no one reached out to us. I'm
Look at those stupid photos.
I'm just reading ones that I remembered from before.
Oh my God, this guy.
Not that twisted. We are just regular dudes who love music and
keeping it real.
I love that the way the AI has been fed our like language. It's like AI only knows how to talk like a fucking corny elder millennial.
Now
It'll get good. It'll get good.
it'll get too good.
The U.S. account.
We won't
here,
know the
twisted.
difference.
I think in 10 years.
10 years, we're definitely not going to know that.
Well, in 10 years we may be on.
Unless we get educated about how to be able to tell the difference somehow.
I think though in 10 years though, I'm just saying us because of our age, we're gonna be cooked. We're not gonna know.
You and I.
Yeah, they have more time to study us. They already know how we think. That we there's more data. We've been on the internet sharing our lives since MySpace days, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna know how to get us. We're not gonna. 10 years from now, I think even being diligent,
Right.
we won't know.
They'll win.
They'll win.
They'll win the mind control game.
Yeah, but that's why we gotta go now, guys. Terminator is happening now.
Band. These are pretty funny, actually. Great, but unfortunately wrong analysis of Dust on the Wind by none other than Rick Beato.
Oh my God, Rick Beato.
I mean, I think it's kind of funny.
'cause he covered them.
Now,
Oh,
Yes,
I love.
he has
just on
to.
X2.
He's the biggest music YouTuber. Of course, he has to talk about Sunset or whatever they're called. Velvet
Sunset Rub Down.
Yeah.
Velvet
Revolver,
Sundown.
Rub Down Sunset.
Maybe they will respond to this video as well. Who knows? But it's just pretty crazy.
Wind on the Dust. They should call a song Wind on the Dust. Just combine all the different.
Just do it all together.
It's
Wind on the Dust
interesting
River.
indeed. And I'm like,
This is their stupid Queen ripoff photo.
Truly AI. Like,
they got the photo here of like the Queen album cover. Oh, this is awesome, guys. Anyways, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Leave some comments.
I'm like,
down
it's
below.
not awesome.
More information will be coming out, I'm sure, soon. Maybe they'll just
All right.
remain
I feel like the
anonymous
crazy
forever.
lady. I'm like, it's funny and laughable now because it's so bad, but you don't understand. They're coming for us. They're coming for us.